Hello. This is my first Twitch stream, and the title says this is my first playthrough of Chrono Trigger, but I did play the first couple hours, but I wasn't recording it, so you'll be seeing me see some rerun content for a little bit until I reach some new stuff. And for those who know, the new stuff is basically, how can I say, shortly after the bike. That should be enough to tell you. So here we go. I'm going to start. I'm going to choose wait, because I like to take my time and not be rushed into things. And for my name, guess I'll go with Akiba. Go with something related to my name. Now, I did do some tests before starting this, so I hope everything is working correctly and that my sound is good. But if not, well, I'm sorry. Hey, Eisengrim, thanks. Good to know, thank you. Lots of balloons. You know, they're all going in the sky. Did they have helium back then? Good old RPG. Starting by waking up. Now, the best part about this, and this is because I've already seen this, is when he gets out of bed, the sprite doesn't change. He's just standing the whole time. So, some kind of funky vertical bed, maybe? Who knows? Alright, one sec. I'm gonna fix a couple things here. Alright, let's go. Alright, I don't want to think up of a whole bunch of names, so I'm just going to go with the default for everyone else. So I assume her name is pronounced Luca, although given the spelling, it might even be pronounced Lucha. But I think I'm going to stick with Luca. Gotta get me my 200G allowance. I've got rich parents, apparently. Lean Square. So there's a bunch of festivities, but obviously the best one is actually over here, where you try to time this. Oh man, getting performance anxiety over here. There we go. One whole silver point. Now, I'm not going to keep doing that. There's a much better way to get points. And besides, the only thing you can do with points, as far as I know, is this room, and kind of sucks, to be honest. And this guy tells you how much you have. I have 1 silver point. 1 silver points. Luca's JP name is Ruka. Okay, so Luca it is then. Thanks, Eisengrim. Yeah, so like I said, I've gone through all this before, so I won't be talking to everybody, although later on you'll see me talking to everybody. Let's see. Go up here. Boom. And the bell rings. Here is the pendant. No. Sorry, I'm not playing the asshole route if that exists in this. Feel a little out of place here. Would you mind if I walked around with you for a while? Sure, why not? And your name is also going to be the default. Marl. Bread and water soup? It's the only route? Hey, Doc. Thanks for joining. And yeah, I've played the first 3 hours, but I wasn't recording. And so far, I've been enjoying it. So, yeah, it's a pretty good game. So far, anyway. Alright, let's see. I don't remember what this guy does. Oh. Oh, geez. I forgot that you could do this. Gold is so easy to get. Not really worth farming silver points. But, that said, I do want to kill that robot a couple times. Oh. Oh, I know where this cat goes. In my first playthrough, a couple days ago. Yeah. I actually really like the song that the robot plays. It's really silly. I find this game has a lot of silly moments. Like, I don't know how much you know about the game. I assume you know a lot about the game, Edoc, but my favorite part so far has been the man. Man, that was a surprise. Oh, where's my cat? I thought it was following me. Oh, it's stuck. Good old follow mechanics. Come right over here. The reason I remember about the cat thing, also, I don't know if you just joined, if you saw it or not, but I also talked to Marl before picking up the pendant, because I remember a very, very unfair trial. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna stack the odds against me this time around and see if that changes anything. Kind of doubt it, but be interested to see if that does anything. All right, time for the singing robot. Is that possible? Not getting perfect, not guilty? I assume that you still get thrown into jail because of the Chancellor anyway. Oh yeah, because I was not guilty and it still threw me in anyway. Just, yeah, you're not guilty, but we're still gonna punish you. Alright, they call me Gato. Let's see what I can do. Gonna mash the button for now. Do I have any text yet? Man, everything is so weird. Oh, yeah, no text. Wow. Okay, just plain attacks. Gotta mash the button. Skillfully. I'm gonna skillfully mash the button. That was fun. But I'll only do it the once, since, like I said, I've done this before, and it's the same every time anyway. Oh. My bad. Alright. Do I want to mess around here a bit more, or do I want to get the plot started? I believe I have to go down here first. Oh! Definitely want to buy some tonics. I've realized that it's probably the single most helpful thing to have a bunch of, is just infinite tonics. Yeah, give me some of those tonics. Just give me a bunch. That'll do. I'll save the shelters for later. Should I buy a revive? You know, in my first 3 hours of gameplay, I didn't really use revive at all, so I'll just leave that be for now and hope I don't die. And then this stuff here. I mean, I guess I'll get the helm and equip it to myself. There we go. Small improvement. Let's go north. Oh yeah. You know, I was thinking about this the first time this happened. Because when you walk away, she's like, just give me a second. I think, and I don't know if I'm right about this, I think that this was added in the game to show, like, tutorial-wise, that there are some things that take time. And I guess, I don't know if it's just related to the fact that the game is about time in general, but I know there's a lot of, like, gameplay mechanics that, you know, you have to wait for some things, especially in battles, so that's my guess. Maybe I'm just, you know, pulling this out of my ass, but I think that's what it is. Alrighty. Let's go to this crazy contraption. Super Dimension Warp. It is certainly the invention of the century. Yeah, it's crazy to think, because, like, when you play retro games, sometimes you'll come across cliches, but a lot of the times, those cliches weren't really cliche yet. Either they were the first game to do it, or it was just kind of a new thing. It's very interesting to think about. Ah, it's you, Akiba. No one wants to ride the telepod. I wonder why. Alright, let's hop on. Now the question is my character the same character? Or was he taken apart and recreated? The old teleportation dilemma. This game had creators of FF and DQ in the artwork of Akira Toriyama. I can't think of a better team. Yeah, so actually the reason I'm playing this, or one of the reasons I'm playing this, is because there's a lot of classics I've never played. And I was looking through some lists, and a lot of people were saying, yeah, this is like the Rockstar team that made this. Like, you couldn't pick a better team to make this. But I will shamefully admit I haven't really played very much Final Fantasy. I've played a little bit of Final Fantasy X at a friend's. I've played some Final Fantasy XIV online, and I've played a little bit of Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, but that's basically the extent of my experience. So I do want to play some of the Final Fantasies as well. I've heard good things about Final Fantasy VI, but I do want to try probably all of them. I'll probably give focus to the ones that are more accessible. That would be the ones that I guess were translated into English officially, or I don't know, because I know that Final Fantasy VI in Japan became Final Fantasy III here. Oh wow, that was great. Yeah, no kidding. Teleportation for the first time. Oh wow, every Final Fantasy mainline game. Except 13. That's pretty cool. Have you played the Tactics games? Because I didn't really get too far into them, because I've never really been too much into the strategy games, but I did really enjoy Tactics Advance while I played it. If you can get your hands on that, that'd be a good one. Let me hop back in. It's demo number 2. I think the original Tactics was for PS1, but the one I played was Tactics Advance, which, as you may guess, was for Game Boy Advance. And I was pretty young back then, so I probably played that a ton. Although when it came to Game Boy, I played the Zelda games a lot more. And Pokemon. Of course, Pokemon. Oh, there's an Advance too? I didn't even know that. Definitely want to try that at some point. Although, I do want to beat Advance first. So maybe I'll stream that as well if I can find a good way to... Yeah, it should be possible to emulate a Game Boy game. I mean, I'm emulating a Super Nintendo game right now, so... I was looking to get a Super Nintendo, like, you know, buying a used Super Nintendo and Chrono Trigger. But the going price for Chrono Trigger is pretty crazy. The Super Nintendo was about $150, but Chrono Trigger was $325. I was like, I'll stick with the emulator for now, thanks. But hey, if I beat this game and I just madly fall in love with it, maybe I'd throw the money at that. But I can think of better things. Oh, a childhood card. Yeah, see, this is my first playthrough, so I don't have the original. I bet this would have been especially fun as a kid. Yeah, I mean, hardware it's limited edition, right? Software you can always reproduce. But I mean, there's some third-party consoles you can get now, like oh, I forget the names. There's a few of them that I know. There's something called, I think it was the EverDrive cart, which you can put an SD card in, so you can play on like a real Super Nintendo, but still play software versions of games, which might be what I want to do, because that's probably the cheapest way. Yeah, oh, giving away consoles. I can say I'm thankful I still have every single game that I've ever gotten, except for one. There was one GameCube game that I believe I traded away because I really didn't like it, and there was something better I could get out of it. But for the most part, I don't like to get rid of stuff like books, games, what have you. You know, I should play the game. Time to get on the platform. Time for the plot to kick in. I'm assuming you're talking about the EverDrive thing I mentioned, Edoc. Yeah, it's a little expensive, but the fact that you can just plug that into like a real Super Nintendo and load any game you want onto that is pretty cool. I think it would also let you play, like for example, Japanese games that never got translated or something. You can throw that on there too. Although I imagine if you don't know any Japanese, that'd be a little hard, but it's cool that's possible. And I bet it's a lot cheaper than just buying all the games you want to play anyway. Yeah, I know a few streamers, they EverDrive as well. There's, you know, and speaking of third party, yeah, it is pretty expensive. But I mean, hey, buying literally just Chrono Trigger is more expensive, so it's still a bargain to buy the EverDrive. But yeah, there's a bunch of third-party, like not just Super Nintendo. There's a bunch of third-party hardware for a bunch of games. Like you can buy SNES controllers. Actually, the one I have now, what I'm using right now, is a USB SNES controller I picked up at an anime convention a few years ago, and it's, you know, working pretty well. Working better than I recently tried playing this on the SNES Classic, which there's a trick to make it so you can load any game on it, but Chrono Trigger froze on there. But the controller and everything is a lot smaller, so I'm kind of happy with this unofficial USB controller instead of the official Classic controller. back to the game. I find it very strange that this, like, they just disappeared. Everyone is panicking, and it's like, all right, guys, go home, and they just casually walk away like it was no big deal. I'm pretty sure in the real world, people would be like, oh my god, what happened? Like, she just disappeared? Is this a trick? Like, when is this over? Or running away, scared that the machine's gonna swallow them all. Although, if this happened in the modern era, what would actually happen? People would pull out their phones and start recording. Actually, they'd already be recording. They would just keep holding their phone. She looks familiar. Alright, time to progress the plot. Yeah. Oh man. People love to, like, people want to record the things that are going to be interesting because it's going to give them credit, right? They can put it on Facebook. Put a scared face and be like, guys, I'm traumatized. I just saw this thing happen. Please like my video. I just realized this is my first stream, so I'm not super prepared, but I should probably have enabled some kind of alerts. Although I was smart enough to open chat. Actually, what's really cool is that chat is built right into OBS. Smash the like button. This is going on YouTube, so I get to be that guy. I get to be that guy. Hey, if you like what you see, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe and hit the notification icon to get notified of my next video. I had way too much fun with that. Yeah. Make it like the loudest, most obnoxious intro. Welcome to the Akiba Scholar channel. Playing Chrono Trigger. Yeah. You know, when I first saw this a couple days ago, I was like, this is pretty impressive. Like, I can't think of many Super Nintendo games that had graphics like this.